Packers have their hands on the biggest prize in North American sport. The Packers won their 4th Super Bowl title after a thrilling win over the Pittsburgh Steelers. Andy Richardson reports.
There's number 7,
two of the sport's most storied franchises and two of the NFL's finest quarterbacks head-to-head for Super Bowl 45. It was Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers who started quickest. The Pittsburgh Steelers trailing by 21 points to 3 after this Greg Jennings touchdown. Rodgers would go on to throw for more than 300 yards. The Steelers stayed in touching distance, but in the 4th quarter, a 3rd touchdown pass from Rodgers, again to Jennings, looked to have made the game safe for the Packers. The Steelers responded though, Ben Roethlisberger throwing a 25-yard touchdown pass for Mike Wallace, and the Steelers were within 3 points. But a Packers field goal and a final incomplete pass from Roethlisberger
a lot of contact
meant the title was Green Bay's. 31-25, the final score.
Green Bay will take over.
It's just a feeling of accomplishment right now, that we've accomplished our goals. We talked about it March 16th when we met for the first time, and here we are, the world champions.
It's a tough game, and there's probably a lot of what-ifs. There's a lot of throws I'd like to have back. Like I said, I don't put a blame on anybody except myself.
The Vince Lombardi Trophy, named of course after the legendary Packers coach, on its way home for the first time since 1997. Andy Richardson, Al Jazeera.
Formula One driver Robert Kubica has regained consciousness as he begins his recovery following 7 hours of surgery. The Pole was in an induced coma after the operation to try and save his hand. He also suffered multiple fractures to his right arm and leg following a high crash rally in Italy on Sunday. Andrew Potter reports.
Far away from the glamour of the Formula One circus, Robert Kubica was driving this rally car in a relatively minor event in Italy when he crashed. Reports suggest he lost control and hit a metal barrier, which was able to puncture the front of the car, leaving him with multiple fractures to his right arm, leg and hand. The 26-year-old was helicoptered to hospital, undergoing lengthy surgery.
I think it's quite difficult right now, but who never knows. Drivers are always a very special patients. I had a lot of motorbike patients. They heal in the fastest way possible, much faster than the normal people.
Kubica is Poland's first Formula One driver. In 2007, he was fortunate to escape this massive crash in Canada with minor injuries. He took his first win at the very same track a year later. The latest accident comes less than a week after Kubica helped unveil the Lotus Renault team's new car for the 2011 season.
You know, always there is special excitement to test it for the first time.
Kubica immediately putting the car to good use, going fastest in the first week of pre-season testing. This was the year many predicted he could challenge for the Formula One title. For now, it's unclear when or if he'll compete at the sport's highest level again. Andrew Potter, Al Jazeera.
FIFA President Sepp Blatter has strongly indicated the 2022 World Cup in Qatar will take place in the summer, despite previously suggesting it could be moved to winter. Blatter had previously stated that he expected the games to move from their normal date of the summer because of the country's climate. He also said that all 64 matches will be played in the territory of Qatar and not extended to their neighbouring countries. In the English Premier League, there was no winning debut for Fernando Torres as his former club Liverpool took the spoils with a 1-0 win at Stamford Bridge. All attention focused on Chelsea's new $80 million man, but Liverpool ensured they got no change. Raul Meireles with the goal that sees Liverpool up to 6th, while reigning champions Chelsea are now 10 points adrift of leaders Man United. And Birmingham jump out of the drop zone with their 1-0 over West Ham, who slipped to the bottom. In Spain, Cristiano Ronaldo fired Real Madrid to a 4-1 win over Real Sociedad to cut the gap on leaders Barca to 7 points. But it was Kaká who got his name on the score sheet first as he continues his return from injury. Then Ronaldo finally broke his 4-game goal-scoring drought this powerful left-footer putting Real 2 up. His second came from a well-directed header to draw him level in La Liga goal-scoring charts with Barca's star striker Lionel Messi. Despite Sociedad pulling a goal back, the home side closed out the game, with Togolese striker Emmanuel Adebayor scoring his first goal for Real since joining on loan for Man City. Final score 4-1 to Real. Late game in Spain saw Valencia stay in the hunt for a third automatic Champions League spot after beating Hercules 2-0. Goals from Odorez Zobeldia and then Tino Costa sealed the points for the home side. The win puts them just 1 point behind Villarreal in third. With Serie A league leaders AC Milan only drawing away at Genoa over the weekend, city rivals Inter have reduced the gap to 5 points after beating Roma. They moved up to third with a game in hand. Wesley Sneijder getting the first for Inter's 5 goals in just the 3rd minute. Roma hit right back for an equaliser before Samuel Eto'o added the second before half-time. Neither side were finished, and with 5 goals in the second half, the final score was Inter 5, Roma 3. Elsewhere in Italy, Lazio missed a chance to pressure Milan with a 1-1 draw with Chievo. Palermo are hot on the heels of the top 4 following a thrilling 4-2 win at struggling Lecce. Brescia took the honours in the relegation battle with bottom side Bari, while Catania fall ever closer to the drop zone after losing at Bologna. That's it for me, Folly.
Thank you very much, Sana. Stay with us on Al Jazeera. Rita Fahri will have more news for you in just a few minutes at the top of the hour. Thanks for watching.
Hello, we have the chance of a few spots of rain to come across northern parts of the Arabian Peninsula. A little bit of cloud just flirting with us here. That's in the process of pulling away. We may just see a little bit of damp weather across northern parts of the Gulf, more especially into Kuwait, into Iraq. To the south of this line, it should stay dry and fine. Temperatures at around 24 Celsius here in Doha and also for Abu Dhabi. Those temperatures starting to push up a little bit as that rain just nudges its way across the Gulf into Iran. So it will turn rather unsettled here. Some bits and pieces of rain, maybe some sleet and snow too into the far north of India. But down to the south, that's where the real weather action remains. Further flooding rains coming back in across Sri Lanka. Still no sign of any let up in the flood conditions that we have here. The rain has eased meanwhile across a good part of southern Africa. Pockets of heavy rain just towards Drakensberg Mountains, into Mozambique, into Tanzania. More very heavy showers to come once again across a good part of Madagascar. Signs of the rain easing at last, I'm pleased to say, for Rio de Janeiro. It's largely fine and dry here over the next day or so. Rio at 30 degrees Celsius. You can see where the really wet weather is. That's down across Uruguay into the far north of Argentina. Buenos Aires should stay fine and dry. Cloud clearing away here, 30 degrees.
How many festivals around the world can offer visitors the opportunity to watch cyclists push themselves to the limit, to taste delicious traditional Omani cuisine, to be inspired by cutting-edge Arabic fashion, to experience the thrill of the fastest sailing competition, or to simply enjoy traditional Omani hospitality? Whatever you choose to do, the whole family will be inspired by an event rich in experiences. The Muscat Festival. It's here, January 27th to February 24th.
On the next Riz Khan show, we discuss the fear of regional contagion as leaders in Syria, Jordan and Yemen make preemptive changes to avoid similar uprisings.
Riz Khan, at this time on Al Jazeera.
Sudan's president accepts a vote to split the country in two. Official results are expected any minute now. You're watching Al Jazeera live from Doha. I'm Rida Fahri. We'll be live in southern Sudan soon to be Africa's newest country in just a minute. Also on the program, thousands of pro-democracy supporters hold a symbolic funeral for a journalist killed during the clashes. The country's president pushes on regardless, holding his first meeting with a new look cabinet. And WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange appears in court to fight extradition to Sweden. We'll have the latest live from London. An historic day for Sudan and all of Africa. The official results of the South's referendum are due to be announced any moment now. They'll show what people there have voted to split from the North, breaking the continent's biggest country in two. A new nation is expected